Palestine, a land betrayed, a people under siege. Once a land of peace and prosperity, Palestine today stands as one of the most painful testaments to betrayal, occupation, and genocide in modern history. For over 75 years, the Palestinian people have endured relentless suffering, displaced from their homes, stripped of their rights, and left to bleed while the world watches in silence. Or worse, in complicity. Betrayed by the world, abandoned by neighbors. It is no longer enough to blame only the occupying force. Palestine has been betrayed not just by the international community, but by the Arab world itself. Jordan, once sharing the same blood and faith, now stands across the Jordan River, more concerned with maintaining political stability than honoring its historical ties. Egypt, with its shared border at Rafah, has repeatedly closed its gates to the wounded, the hungry, the dying, serving more as a gatekeeper of the siege than a brother in resistance. Borders that once symbolized unity now serve as barriers to compassion. The Arab world, once roaring with slogans of liberation and solidarity, has been reduced to whispers and normalization deals. A stolen land. Since 1948, Palestine has been systematically stripped of its identity, its people, and its land. What was once a thriving society has been broken apart, piece by piece, through violence, displacement, and apartheid policies. The Nakba, the catastrophe, did not end in 1948. It never ended. It continues every single day that a child in Gaza wakes up under rubble. Every time a settler walks into a Palestinian home with the backing of tanks and rifles, and every time a mother buries her son under the banner of security. Palestine was not lost. It was handed over, gifted as a trophy to Zionist colonialism, a reward for war, painted over with false narratives of defense and democracy. The truth? Israel is not a victim. It is an occupier, a militarized, nuclear-armed state that has used its might not to defend itself, but to annihilate the very people whose land it sits upon. From suffering to genocide, what we are witnessing today is no longer just apartheid. It is genocide. Entire families are being erased from civil records. Neighborhoods are turned into graveyards. Schools, hospitals, mosques leveled. And what does the world say? Never again. But each time, it happens again. And again. And again. Where's the outrage? Where's the justice? Where are the so-called defenders of human rights? Is Palestinian blood cheaper? Are their lives less worthy of protection? A call for humanity. This is not just a political issue. This is a moral one. It is a question of conscience. We cannot talk about peace, freedom, and justice in any part of the world while turning a blind eye to the slow, calculated extermination of an entire people. Palestinians deserve to live free in their own land without walls, checkpoints, drones, or foreign flags flying over their homes. They deserve dignity, safety, and the right to return, the right to rebuild, the right to exist. Stop the genocide. End the occupation. Let Palestine live.